Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So, today we're going to start with grade 1 maths. So, you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. Then, you have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then, you have to select math from the subject tab. Then, click on select the grade 1 maths and click on view all lessons. So, today we are going to start with chapter 2, that is understanding subtraction. So please follow the instruction and make sure you are on the same lesson. Go to aplusstudents.com, log in there using your email address and password. Then select math from the subject tab, then grade 1, and then click on view all, grade 1, click on view all lessons and select understanding subtraction. So we're going to start with understanding subtraction, and the lesson name is subtraction with pictures, numbers to 10. So let me write down the lesson name. The lesson name is, okay, the lesson name is subtraction with pictures up to 10. Okay, so what you have to do, your numbers to 10, you are given with the pictures, you have to use the pictures and you have to do the subtraction. And let's start with an examples. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important points and examples as well. They are very helpful when you are doing test questions. Got it? So please use your notebook and pencil and note down the examples. Let's start with very first example. So you are given four of the happy faces and one of them is crossed. You have to explain, you have to subtract actually. 4 minus 1. So what you have to do, you have to count them all. How many happy faces are there in all? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means in total they are 4 and one of them is crossed. Got it? They are 4 in all. One of them is crossed out. So what number do you get when you start with 4 take away 1? To find 4 minus 1, count the faces that are not crossed out. You have to count the faces that are not crossed out. So how many faces that are not crossed out? 1, 2, and 3. So 4 out of 3 faces are not crossed out. Got it? That means we are left with 3. There are 3 faces left. When you start with 4 and take away 1, you are left with 3. Got it? So that means 4 minus 1 is 3. When you start with 4 and take away 1, you are left with 3. Got it? That's what you have to do. You are given with the pictures. One of them is faces, one of them is crossed out. You have to find how many the one that are not crossed out. Got it? That's what you have to do actually. Let's start with another example. Okay, you have Four of the pens, you are given four of the pens, and they are all crossed out. So you need to see how many pens you are left with. So in total they are four, and four of them are crossed out. So what number do you get when you start with 4 and take away 4? So 4 take away 4 is you have to count the pans that are not crossed out. So all of them are crossed out. That means there are 0 pans left. So 4 subtract 4 is 0. When you start with 4 and take away 4, you are left with 0. Got it? Okay, on the top right corner you have a test button. Let's start with test. Okay, subtract with pictures, numbers up to 10. There you have a test button. Let's start with the test. Okay, now you are given three of the pictures. Two of them are crossed out. So when you start with 3 and crossed out 2, how many pictures you are left with? So on the right below the video, you have a live chat button. If you want to write the answer, if you want to communicate with me, you can write the answer in live chat button. Got it? Okay, so when you start with 3 and you take away 2, you have to now count the one that is not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? Only one is not crossed out. Look, this one is not crossed out. So that means when you start with 3 and take away 2, you are left with 1. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. The video you are watching, right below you have a live chat button. You can click on the live chat button and write the answers. You can communicate with me. Got it? Okay. Now you are given 4 of the pans, and all of the 4 are crossed out. Got it? So you need to find, when you start with 4 and take away 4, how many pans you are left with. You need to count the one that are not crossed out. So all of them are crossed out. That means you are left with 0. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Yes, very good. It's 0. Okay, now you are given 2 of the strawberries. One of them is crossed out. You need to count how many strawberries you are left with. So when you start from 0 and take 2 and take away 1, you are left with. You can write the answer in chat box if you want to communicate. So 2 subtract 1 is, very good Buffer, it's 1. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, now you have 4 of the sheeps. Out of 4, 2 of them are crossed out. So when you start from 0 and 4 and take away 2, how many sheeps you are left with? You need to count the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? 4 subtract 2 is 2. Very good. So when that means when you start with 0 and take 4 and take away 2, you are left with 2. Got it? Very good Buffer, it's 2. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, you have 5 of the hangers. 3 of them are crossed out. So that means when you start with 5 and take away 3 of them, how many hangers you are left with? You need to count the ones that are not crossed out. So 5 take away 3 equals 5 take away 3 equals, you can count the hangers that are not crossed out, 1 and 2. That means 5 take away 3 is 2. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Very good, it's 2. So if you want to communicate, you have a live chat button right below the video. Please find the live chat button. You can write the answers and communicate with me. Got it? Like Buffer is communicating with me. He or she is writing the answers in the chat box. Okay, now you have 2 of the oranges given and they are crossed out. You need to find 2 subtract 2. You need to count the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? 2 subtract 2 is 2 subtract 2 is 0. That means if you have 2, if you start with 2 and take away 2, you are left with 0. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Very good, it is 0. Okay, now you are given only one picture and it is crossed out. That means when you start with 0, with 1 and you're left with, if you start with 1 and take away 1, how many of them you are left with? You have to count the ones that are not crossed. So 1 take away 1 is 1 take away 1 is 0. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, you are given 4 of the trolleys and one of them is crossed out. You need to find 4 take away 1 is, when you start with 4 and take away 1, how many trolleys you are left with? You have to count the ones that don't have that are not crossed out. So count them 1, 2 and 3. That means 4 take away 1 is 3. Very good, Buffer, it's 3. So you can communicate through a chat box. Right below the video you have a live chat button. You can write the answers on the chat box. You can communicate with me. Got it? Okay, now you are given 4 of the rugs. One of them is crossed out. So how many rugs you are left with? Yes, it is 3. That means when you start with 4, take away 1, you are left with 3. Very good, Buffer. It is 3. Okay, you have 4 brownies. Out of them, 2 are crossed out. So how many brownies you are left with? When you start with 4, take away 2, you are left with, count the ones that are not crossed out. So you are left with 4 take away 2 is, very good, it's 2. 1 and 2, you are left with 2. Yes, it is 2. Very good. Your participation is appreciated. Very good. You can communicate with me by writing the answers in the chat box. Okay, now you have 4 of the penguins. So all of them are crossed out. So that means 4 subtract 4 is, when you start with 4 and take away 4, how many of them you are left with? 4 take away 4 is 0. Very good. Yes, it is 0, Buffer. Very good. 2. No, it is 0. Okay, subtract. You have two of the monkeys. Out of two, one of them is crossed out. So that means to subtract one is when you start with two and take away one, you are left with one. Two, take away one is one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Very good. Very good to mice and buffer. Okay, you have one, two, three, four, five of the dogs, and one of them is crossed out. So five take away one is you have to count the ones that are not crossed. So let's just count the ones that are not crossed. One, two, three, and four. That means when you start with five, take away one, you are left with four. Very good. It is four. Okay, you are given two of the harmonium, out of which both of them are crossed out. So how many you are left with? Two take away two is zero. Very good. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, subtract. You have five of the frogs, two of them are crossed out. So that means when you start with five, take away two, how many frogs you are left with? You have to count the ones that are not crossed. So they are one, two, and three. That very good. Three. That means five take away two is three. So here you have three. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, you have four of the dolls, and out of the four, three of them are crossed out. So that means when you start with four and take away three, you are left with one. Very good. So four take away three is one. Before, just write the answer once. I can see your answers. So just write it once. Okay, you have three of the whales. Out of three, two of them are crossed out. So how many whales you are left with? Three subtract two is yes, it is one. Three subtract two is one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, you have four of the flowers given. Out of them, out of four, two of them are crossed out. So how many flowers you are left with? Four take away two is yes, four take away two is two. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so you have four of the monkeys and all fours are crossed out. Very good. It is four subtract two is two. Okay, out of the four, all four are crossed out. So four subtract four is four take away four is zero. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. You have four of the hairbrushes. Out of the four, three of them are crossed out. So you are left with four take away three is four take away three is one. Very good. You have to count the one that is not crossed out. So only one of them is not crossed out. Got it? So we have completed the test. Let's just move on to the next topic. The next topic is Subtraction sentences numbers to 10. Okay, let's start with, let me write down the lesson name. Okay, subtraction sentences numbers to 10. Numbers to 10. Okay, let's start with the example. Okay, you are given with the figures. You just need to see which of the you are given this one, and you are given four of the options. You need to see which of them is correct one. 2 subtract 2 is 0, 3 subtract 3 is 0, 3 subtract 1 is 2, and 1 subtract 1 is 0. So which of them is correct one? What you have to do, you have to count the circles, even the ones that are crossed out. So in total you have two circles. Got it? Now count how many circles are crossed out. So two of them are crossed out. Got it? That means the first part of the sentence is 2 subtract 2. Got it? Now to find the difference, count the ones that are not crossed out. So there is 0 that are not crossed out. That means the picture shows the subtraction sentence, that is 2 minus 2 is 0. Got it? You are given with the pictures, you just have to write the sentence with the pictures. Got it? Okay, let's do another example. Okay, you are given four of the apples and three of them are crossed out. You need to see which of the following is the correct statement, correct sentence. Okay, do you know which of them is the correct one? If you know the correct one, you can write the answer in the chat box. That in total you have four apples. Got it? And now you have to look with, out of four, how many of them are crossed out? One, two, three. Three of them are crossed out. So it is 4 subtract 3. Now for the other side, you have to count the one that is not crossed out. So only one of them is not crossed out. Very good. So it is 4 subtract 3 equals 1. Got it? So the last option is the correct one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? So 4 subtract 3 is 1. Okay, let's start with the test. On the top right corner, you have a test button. Let's start with test. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? Okay, you are given two of the crackers, and how many of them are crossed out? You have two of them, and out of two, two of them are crossed out. So you are left with which option is the correct one? A, B, C, or D? Yes, first one is the correct one. 2 subtract 2 is 0. That is the correct one. You have two of the crackers. Out of the two, two of them are crossed out, and you're left with 0. So A option is the correct one. That is 2 subtract 2 is 0. Got it? Yes, A is the correct one. Very good. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So you can communicate with me by writing the answers in the chat box. You can see the live chat button right below your video. Got it? So please write the answers in the chat box. Okay. Which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You are in total you have four of the apples. Got it? So out of four, three of them are crossed out, and the ones that are not crossed out is one. So which option is the correct one? A, B, C, or D? 4 subtract, the correct option is in total you have 4. So out of the 4, 3 of them are crossed out. So it is 4 subtract 3. And on the other side, you have to write the ones that are not crossed out. Yes, very good. So the 1 is not crossed out. So 4 minus 3 is 1. Option number D is the correct one. Very good. Um, Buffer and Tomise. Okay. Which subtraction sentence show the picture? Which subtraction sentence does the picture show? Which one is the correct option? A, B, C, or D? In total, you have four of the pictures, and out of the four, all of them are crossed out. That means it is 4 subtract 4. And the one we're left with is the correct option is option number D. Very good. 4 subtract 4 is 0. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You have four of the cars. Out of four, two of them are crossed out. That means one side is 4 minus 2, and the ones you are left with. So which option is the correct one? A, B, C? Yes, it is D. Very good. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? Okay, in total you have one, two, three, four, five. 5, and out of the 5, 3 of them are crossed out. So 5 subtract 3 is, so the ones you are left that are not crossed out is 2. So it is, which of them is the correct one? Yes, D is the correct one. 5 subtract 3 equals 2. D is the correct option. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You have one, two, three, four, five. 5 of the pens. Out of the 5 pens, how many of them are crossed out? 1, 2, 2 of them are crossed out. That means 5 subtract 2 is, so on the other side you are left with the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? Yes, option number C. 3 of them are not crossed out. Got it? Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You have 3 of the stars. Out of 3, one of them is crossed out. So you have 3 subtract 1, and on the other side you are left with the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? Yes, option number C is the correct one. It is 3 subtract 1 equals 2. Got it? Okay, the next one is, which subtraction sentence does the picture shows? So which of them is the correct one? Yes, option number 3. In total they are 4. Option number 2, not 3. In total, you have four of them. Out of the four, just one is crossed out. So that means it's 4 subtraction 1. And on the other side, you have to write the ones that are not crossed out. So 1, 2, 3, three of them are not crossed out. So 4 subtract 1 equals 3. Got it? The correct option is B, this one. 4 subtract 1 is 3. B is the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what subtraction sentence does the picture show? Which one is the correct option? In total, you have three figures, three pictures, and out of three, two of them are crossed out. No, it's not B buffer. Two of them are crossed out. So 3 subtract 2 is 1. That means it's 3 subtract 2 equals 1. So option number D is the correct option. Got it? Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? Which of the options is the correct one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in total, you have 5 marshmallows. So out of the 5, just one is crossed. So 5 subtract 1 is the ones that are not crossed out are 4. Very good. It's option B. 5 subtract 1 is 4. Okay. Which subtraction sentence makes does the picture show? In total, you have two figures, and out of the two, one of them is crossed out. That means 2 subtract 1 is, yes, it is 1. Very good. 2 subtract 1 is 1. So option number C is the correct one. Got it? Just look at the options which matches the numbers. The 2 to subtract 1 is 1. So option number C is the correct option. Got it? Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You are given two of the marshmallows and two of them are crossed out. So you are left with 0. That means 2 subtract 2 is 0. Option number C is the correct one. 2 subtract 2 is 0. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, how many subtraction sentence does the picture show? So the total roses are 5. So out of the 5, how many of them are crossed out? So 5, take away 5, and you are left with the ones that are not crossed out. So 5 take away 5 is 0. 5 take away 5 is 0. So option number C is the correct one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so you are given 4 of the figures. Which subtraction sentence makes the statement picture true? You are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pieces of the cake, and out of the 4, all 4 are crossed out, isn't it? So 4 subtract 4 is 0. Option number D is the correct one. A, B, C, D. So D is 4 subtract 4. Got it? Okay, which subtraction sentence makes the does the picture show? So you in total you have four of the fries, and out of the four, three of them are crossed out. That means it is 4 subtract 3, and you are left with 1. So it is the first option. 4 subtract 3 is 1. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? 1, you have the 1 and 1 of out of, and the 1 is crossed out. So 1 subtract 1 is, okay, 1 subtract 1 is, that means 0. Option A is the correct one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In total, you have 5 books, and out of the 5, how many of them are crossed out? 1, 2, 3, 3 of them are crossed out. So 5 take away 3 is the ones that are not crossed out. So 2 of them are, yes, it is D. Very good. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? So 1, 2, 3, 4. In total, you have 4 of the washing machines. And how many of them are crossed? 1, 2, 2 of them are crossed. So 4 subtract 2 is the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? Yes, just 2. That means 4 subtract 2 is 2. Option number D is the correct option. Very good. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You have 2 of the buttons and all of them are crossed out. So 2 subtract 2 is the ones you are left. How many of them you are left with? 2 subtract 2 is 0. Option number C is the correct option. Got it? Yes, very good. Okay, which subtraction sentence does the picture show? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the corns, and all of them are crossed out. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 subtract 5 is, you have to count the ones that are not crossed out. So how many of them are not crossed out? Yes, it's 4 subtract 4 is 0. It's option number B. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Yes, option number D, 5 subtract 5. In total, you have 5 cons, and out of the 5, 5 of them are crossed out. Very good. 5 subtract 5 is 0. Okay, so we have completed the test also. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select grade 1. You have to select math from the subject tab. then you have to select go to grade 1, click on view all lessons, and we have just started chapter 2, that is understanding subtraction. So if you need more help with the topics, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Got it? So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Okay, one more thing. If you like the video, if the session, if it is helpful for you, please click on the like button so that we can know it is helpful for you. Got it? And make sure before doing the final test, you have to complete all the lessons right above the final test. Got it? So your participation is highly appreciated. Very good for the ones that are communicating the buffer to mice and Ola. Very good. That's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.